This is part of the reason why people don't really respect Floyd Mayweather and his victories over big name fighters like De La Hoya, Zab Judah, Shane Mosley. You know, people saw a definite victory over Haddon. But because of Floyd Mayweather's inactivity in the ring offensively, because of him being hesitant, not letting his hands go offensively as much as he used to. When you watch a Floyd Mayweather fight, when he fights a big name opponent, an excellent boxer, and because of the lack of activity in the ring from Floyd and from his opponent, because Floyd is mainly boxing out of that side angle defense, giving his opponent a side angle and no target to hit. Floyd isn't semi-squared, you know, semi-squared when he's boxing a guy. He's not semi-squared, he's totally giving you a side angle based on how he stands defensively. His opponent, no matter how good of a boxer they are, they have no targets to hit, as his uncle and Mayweather always points out. It doesn't matter how fast and how hard you hit, if you don't have nothing to hit, then how you gonna win? And his uncle always points that out. So if you don't give a man nothing to hit, what are you gonna hit? And that's what his uncle always says, and Floyd Mayweather's defense does exactly that. So because of Floyd Mayweather being cautious and mainly holding that side angle defense, and his opponent that he's fighting in the ring having no targets to hit, so the opponent, whoever he's boxing, is not letting their hands go, the fight, it all makes for a boring fight, very boring fight. And that's what you saw up in the welterweight, heavier weight classes. When you saw Floyd fight De La Hoya, Floyd fight Zab, Floyd fight Mosley, you saw a very boring fight because of what I just described. Floyd's side angle defense giving his opponent nothing to hit, and his opponent, because of not having any targets to hit, the opponent not throwing any punches. Makes for boring fights. So this is why Floyd Mayweather fights up in the welterweight division were extremely boring to watch. In the lower weight classes, as I said in my Floyd Mayweather fights are boring video 1, he let his hands go a lot more. He's much more aggressive and fearless, less hesitant. He was dominant, he was confident in that ring in lower weight classes, but as he moved up in the heavier weight class, in the welterweight, with the big names for the big money, he became very cautious, very hesitant, and didn't show much confidence offensively, and just is reluctant to let those hands go. He just doesn't do it. What would have helped Floyd out? All these big names that he fought, what would have helped him out in the ring is for him to come in there with a bigger opponent. If you want to be cautious, then maybe that's just him being smart. But you coming in with the side angle, you hold the side angle, at least put together 1, 2, 3 punch combination, stick and move. Don't just go in the ring with the side angle and, you know, block and do your defense when your opponent throws his punches. And then Floyd, after the opponent throws his punches, what does Floyd do? Jab to the face, jab to the body, straight right, hold. You know, jab to the face, jab to the body, straight right, hold. You know, or he'll put a little 1-2 together every once in a while. Not nearly as aggressive in throwing punches like he used to be in the lighter weight classes, but he's doing something in the ring. But the punch work rate is horrible, and that's why people don't respect Floyd Mayweather's victories over these big name fighters like De La Hoya, Zab, Judah, Mosley. They don't respect his victories because people sitting there watching a fighter thinking there wasn't any punches thrown from Floyd or his opponent. There's very little punches thrown. That's why people don't respect his victories. Awesome fighter, Floyd Mayweather. Awesome fighter, but like I said, got up in the weight class, got up in the bigger opponents, and became very cautious and hesitant. What would have really helped him out in his career, fighting these bigger names in the welterweight division, was for him to definitely hold the side angle defense, box and do your thing, do your defensive style, that's you. But at least throwing 1, 2, 3 punch combinations, 1, 2, 3, you know, and sticking and moving would have really helped Floyd a lot. He doesn't even do that out of the side angle defense. He just throws, you know, little quick jab to the face, jab to the body, you know, straight right, you know, and then straight right, and you hold, you know. All these safe punches, all these cautious, safe punches, you know. Not opening up and throwing punches like he threw when he fought Gotti. Not opening up and throwing punches like he did when he fought Diego Corrales. Not opening up and throwing punches and putting punches together like he did when he fought Angel Manfredi. And you guys out there, you boxing fans, know that that Floyd in lightweight classes was dynamic and awesome. And this Floyd in these heavier weight classes, he's just a totally different fighter, and it makes for very boring fights. And it's also the reason why people don't respect Floyd Mayweather as a fighter and all the opponents that he's beat up in the welterweight and the heavier weight classes. Nobody respects it because while they were watching the fight, the activity was so low in the ring that people just don't respect those victories. And people have sit there, boxing fans have sit and watched fights where it was a trading war, where each boxer was trading shots, putting combos together, putting those hands, putting combinations together, and trying to outsmart each other. We've all seen excellent boxing matches, okay? But Floyd Mayweather's fights versus some of the big names, they were not awesome boxing matches. It wasn't really a competition. Right? It was Floyd being safe and his opponent having nothing to punch at, pretty much, which made for boring fights. And this is why people don't respect Floyd Mayweather's victories over big name opponents up in the higher weight class, up in that welterweight division. Just keeping it real. Floyd Mayweather, awesome fighter, I'm not a hater. But when he went up in the welterweight, he completely changed. And it hurt him a lot. That cautiousness and that lack of letting the hands go really has hurt Floyd. Like I said, what will help him is if you're going to box out the side angle, at least let those hands go and at least let them go to put together good 1-2, 1-2-3, 1-2-3, 4-punch combinations. At least do that. And after you finish throwing your combos, get back in the side angle. Learn how to throw your combos, 1-2-3, bam. Back off and, get back in defense. 1-2-3, bam. Back off, get back in defense. 1-2-3, stick and move. You know what I mean? After you land your shots, 1-2-3, bam. Get out the way. Stick and move. He would get a lot more respect as a fighter if he at least had that kind of work rate and rhythm and boxing rhythm within his fights. But Floyd doesn't. Comes in, holds the side angle, jab to the face, jab to the body, or straight right, straight right, hold. Every once in a while, 1-2. That's not enough. It's not enough punches. So people really don't respect his victories. That's the problem Floyd Mayweather has. Love him as a fighter, awesome guy. Lower weight classes, he was awesome, superhero. Higher weight classes, welterweight division, he's a completely different fighter, and it's really hurt him a lot. This is why people don't respect him as a fighter. Thanks for watching.